Alright, I decided I'm going to break up Phenax. It's a fun deck to play. I just don't have it in a good place right now. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Not sure what I want it to be. So I'm going to set it aside. I'm not going to sell the piece. I'm not going to get rid of it. This is only temporary. So my plan is eventually, is that better? Yeah. My plan is eventually I'll return to Phenax. I'll rebuild him. I'm just going to let the pieces rest for the time being. And what it's going to allow me to do is build Nekusar, the Mind Razor. So Nekusar is a deck that I had a few years ago, and he became unplayable. And I've been thinking lately about why he became unplayable, how I can improve him. And one of the main things I'm going to do is, in the previous build, I had a lot of enchantments, a lot of random cards that just drew cards. They didn't do anything else otherwise. Of course, none of them come to mind right now because I've thought about them for a long time. And the new direction is going to be more spells. More spells, more creatures. I'm not really sure how I'm going to divide the blue, black, red. Still in the early thought stage. So Nekusar, 2 black, blue, red for a 2/4 legendary zombie wizard. At the beginning of each player's draw step, the player draws an additional card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Nekusar pings them from 1 point of damage. So you kind of want your opponents drawing cards, but you want to be careful. What happened before is I was helping my opponents draw lots of cards, and sure, they were taking damage, but they're using those cards against me. So I was giving them card advantage and wasn't killing them fast enough. And so they would take me out. Yeah, he worked for a little while, and then after a while he just stopped working. So I'm going to try him again. I'm going to try Nekusar again. Something else I'm going to do is kind of make a rogues gallery. So Jorah the Get-To, another deck that became unplayable because the game plan of running out a 2/2 wizard, no protection, no ward, no protection from any color, nothing, on turn 4, because what I want to do is not to run her out unless I have 2 colorless mana in order to suspend something. And my opponents figured out pretty quickly, hey, we've got 4 turns after the 3rd or maybe 4th turns. After that, after the setup phase, they have an additional 4 turns to kill me before anything happens, or to get ready for whatever's going to happen. And they would obviously start attacking me. I would have to block with Jorah in order to save myself, so she would go to the command zone and then cost 5 in order to put anything else in the time stream. And the idea was fun. I was wedded to the idea of the deck far too long, far longer than I should have been. It took me quite a bit of losing to realize the idea was no longer sound, it was no longer playable, and it was just frustrating. Anyway, with that preamble, I'm thinking I should put her in Nekusar. So she's in the colors, and I'm going to have things like Teferi's Puzzle Box. Count the number of your cards in your hand, put those in the bottom of the library, draw that many cards. Well, if there's anything I want to keep, I can just use Jorah to put in the time stream. So it'll take 4 turns, but it'll come into play. The other thing I was thinking about is I got her for the art, and because I thought the ability is really interesting and I wanted to see if I could do something with it. So I'm thinking I will put her under Nekusar's command as well. So she's tough. 2/7, that's pretty high toughness. Yeah, she costs 6. But Jorah, of course, can drop her in the time stream, and she'll come into play in 4 turns. And what I like about her is whenever I cast a spell, okay, so let's say I Wheel of Fortune, and I'll have an effect that I'm going to show you that I'm really excited about. I really want to play this effect. An effect I hated when I first saw it. I thought, oh, I hope nobody plays this bullshit. So, if I play her, have her in play Wheel of Fortune, everybody copies it, I can take my Wheel of Fortune, put it on the bottom, and she will give me something else. I can only do it once per turn, but if I have instance, once per turn means I can also do it on my opponent's turn, or if my things have flash. So I'm still in the early stages. And these are some cards I picked up specifically for Nekusar before I realized I'm going to bring up Phenax to do it. So I got him a Solemn Simulacrum, got him a foil Dark Steel Plate because people want to kill him. I got this foil Psychosis Crawler, really cheap. And I was completely off base. When I showed this on my mail call video, I thought the original, it's not New Phyrexia, Scars of Mirrodin. I even looked it up, but I can't remember the exact set the original came from. And I thought the original was much more expensive, being the original. It's not. It's dirt cheap, too. I could have gotten one, but I like the retro frame. I've got Niv Mizzet, Nekusar. I'm giving away too much information. Giving away way too much information. So Nekusar only hits my opponents. Talking about the Rogues Gallery, I also used to have a Niv Mizzet deck, which, after all, I just didn't want to play anymore because it was too predictable. It worked, it was fun, but it was too predictable. I'm going to put Niv Mizzet into Nekusar. And Niv Mizzet needs some buffs, some boosts. Basilisk Collar will boost him nicely. And since I'm making this Rogues Gallery and people are going to want to attack me, I'm going to punish them for doing it. I will have no mercy. Here's the card that I hated. I thought, oh, this is bullshit. Everybody has a copy, resolve the stack, fuck, I don't want to see this in play ever. But now we don't have a Yuji in my group. Yuji was the Chaos player. Yuji was the kind of guy that would drop this into play just to see what would happen. And he would put a Chain of Acid into the mix and sit back and watch it resolve. Watch people bounce copies of Chain of Acid back and forth and see how many things get destroyed. He would do crazy things like that. One game I wasn't involved with, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't, he had Contamination and Endless Whispers out. So whenever a creature came into play, all of the creatures that shared a color with it died. Endless Whispers, creature would die, put it back in the battlefield under target opponent's control, they lose 1 life. And if they've got creatures that color, Contagion triggers, and they kill all of the creatures. Those go into... So it was a fucking nightmare. And I'm glad I wasn't in that game. So I'm going to try it anyway, though. And with Nekusar, so I'm going to have Wheel of Fortune. I'll have Time Reversal and Time Spiral. So picture this. I have Hive Mind in play. I cast Wheel of Fortune. And let's say Neela isn't in play. So there are now 4 copies of Wheel of Fortune. As the active player, mine resolves first. And then the next player in turn order, theirs resolves. Then third, then fourth. And that will be 4 Wheels of Fortune. That would be 28 cards that my opponents are drawing. And if Nekusar are in play, that's 28 points of damage. And if I copy it, if I copy the Wheel of Fortune and everybody copies the copy, oh yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to be one of the very few decks I have that will have an unrestricted tutor. I will put a demonic tutor in here because I want to go find that damn Hive Mind. I talked about this yesterday on the mail call video where I didn't know if I liked the art or not. And I concluded with saying that, well, it's a throwback to what I've been complaining about for a long time, a throwback to the old art, the old days of Magic. This is something that would not have been that much out of place in Alpha, Invasion, even up to Invasion. Invasion had weird things like this too. So I should support it. Also, if I'm going to have Joyra, And this next card proves that I'm restraining myself. Some people question whether or not I'm making my decks too strong and I'm not showing sufficient restraint. I have a card that if you play it, you almost automatically get, oh, the CEDH, oh, you're going to Cub Stomp us, you're going to, whatever, just bullshit for... But the card works really well in Jora because it provides 2 colorless mana. And I do not have it in any deck. I have a Mana Crypt that I do not play in any of my decks. It's thrashed, it's beat to hell and back, water damaged, but it's signed. And if I'm going to play Jora, I'm going to put that in there. So there's that. Alright, let's get to Phenax. Let's start breaking him up. So I'm just going to go through quickly. I'm just going to, anything that is not really for Niv Mizzet, I'll just put to the side. Not, maybe, not. Ooh, a 3-color deck. I need something in the time. Ooh, time stream. Okay. So, I'm not sure what dual lands I'll have. I will have shocks and fetches. I'll need that. Probably don't need that. Land, land, land. Psychic Strike. I will need some counter spells. That could be interesting. I don't have an extra Badlands or an extra Volcanic Island to complete the trifecta. Therefore, Nekusar will not get the Underground Sea. I will put this into Sig. Equilibrium? I don't know. Probably not. Soul Ring, yeah, he'll need a Soul Ring, that's for damn sure. Arcana Sea, omnipotent, draw 3 cards. Yeah, I'm going to have Nekusar, or Niv Mizzet, I'm going to have Niv Mizzet. Tezzeret the Seeker. Okay, I'm going to... The reason I got the Deep Glow Skate is I intend to have at least 3 Planeswalkers in the deck. That's not very many. That doesn't really justify the inclusion of the Deep Glow Skate. But 3 is just the number I've settled on now. I'm going to have this Tezzeret, and I'm going to have 2 of the Ob Nixilis. One of them is Ob Nixilis the Hate Twisted. The other one is Ob Nixilis the Card Drawing Asshole. From Secret Lair. So Evil Twin, do I want him? Maybe. Nope. Yes. Oh yes, she's just funny. Duskmantle Guildmage. If I put Phenax in the deck, if I mix him in, then this will go in. As it stands, so if in Magical Christmas Land, right, we've got 4 Wheels of Fortune going off. If I can trigger him 2, which is highly unlikely. Wow. 56 points down. Everybody, nah, I don't want any combos like that. He costs a lot, but he puts creatures from... I'll take him up for now. Sunken Hollow, yeah, I'm going to need that. Swamp, Minamo, yeah, I'll need that. Memory Plunder, yeah, they'll be discarding. Island, Damnation, yeah, I need some creature kill. Without any way of reliably tapping him, other than attacking, he's not going to do as much as he could. The Evening Skydiver, why not? Dimir Signet. I don't really want the Signets because of the one to add blue and black. I'll put in Talismans instead. Rexiel. Rexiel's good. Narset's Reverse. Oh, yeah. Massacre Worm. A lot of high casting gun stuff. I'm really going to have to think about the deck. Yeah, kill small creatures. Royal Assassin. Takes a little while. Fetch land. Walking Atlas. Probably want that. Urborg. Yep. Morphling. There's really no justification for Morphling in this deck. In Nekusar. Let's see. Let's keep going. Counterspell, yeah. Ashiok. Yep. Venser, yes. Talisman, yes. Cherex, don't need Cherex. Friction Metamorph, yes. Fate Stitcher, probably not. Stronghold, yes. Sword of the Animist, yes. Death's Majesty. I'm gonna have more spells than the creature, so maybe. Ignore it, probably not. Have him go Lich, maybe. Disallow, yes. Boots, yes. Protect Nekusar, Bad River. Do I have the black-red one? The Tar Pit? I don't know. Anyway, I need fetch lands. Probably. Yeah, put that in there. No, no, yes. No, it comes in play tapped. I don't want 3 comes in play tapped lands. Academy runs, yes. No. Thawing Glaciers, probably. Solidity Excavations, it's a 3-color deck, so no. Nykthos, no, that will go into our Aurelia, get her closer to finish. Counterspell, yes. Eater of the Dead, without Phenax, no. So if I put Phenax in, then that will go in. But I have to see what the rest of the deck is going to be. Scarab God. Don't lose accent number of zombies. Don't know how many zombies I'll have. Let's put him on that pile for now. Expedition map, yes. Nyx Lotus, no. Teferi, Mages of Fear. Probably don't need him. Toxic Deluge. Probably don't need it. Languish. Yeah, keep that in there. Archaeomancer. Yes. Netling Imp. No. Greaves. Yes. High Market. Yes. Thrix the Sudden Storm. Yes. Lice Finale. No. Alright, let's see what else do I want to keep for Phenax. Aqueduct, no. No, I won't be using those because they're binaural. Dimmered Doppelganger, no. Murder's Rider, yeah, probably. Skull Rack, probably. Black Sun Zenith, probably won't need it. 1,000-Year Elixir, no. No. Cabal Coffers, yes, because there's an Urborg. Lazav, blue, black, probably not. Ristic Seti, hell yes. Command Cower, of course. Arcane Signet, oh yeah. Beacon of Unrest, yes. Consuming Aberration. It's really a mill card, but if they're drawing cards, they're going to be burning through cards, and they're going to be finding things to kill creatures and having to discard. Although, if I have a time reversal and a time spiral, and I intend to trigger both of those, and maybe... So here's the thing. If I cast time spiral, and I've got Hivemind in play, I'm going to put my time spiral back on the bottom of my library and get something else, and just let the other 3 time spirals resolve. That way I don't have to exile it, I can get it back. So when a time spiral is resolving, he will die. He will die when everybody is shuffling their graveyard into the library, so no. So I probably won't put Phenax in here. So what do I have? Let's see. Black artifact. Put this out so I can see it. So black, blue, artifact, land. There we go. Blue, land, artifact, black, blue, land, artifact, blue, black, artifact, multicolor. Blue, land, black, land, artifact, blue, multicolor. Black, artifact, land, blue, artifact, blue, multicolor. Blue, land, artifact, land, black, blue, multicolor. Blue, black, multicolor. land, blue, multicolor, blue, artifact, multicolor, blue, artifact, land, black. Now I just need to mix some red and some other stuff and get the other cards that I want. Beef this up. Take some of the cards out of this pile because it's too much. I took about half the deck. I took about half of Phenax. Just half more than I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I already have 14 of the 37 or 38 lands I'll use. So let's... I need to get the other ones of the other one. There's only one. They haven't completed the cycle yet. We have Island Swamp. I can get Swamp Mountain, but there's no Island Mountain with this pattern. And yeah, I could get the Battle Bond lands, but they don't have land types, do they? I want fetchable. I want something I can fetch for. There's a fetch. Okay, what am I doing? I'm just kind of stacking these up into what goes good. Okay, there's do lands and fetch lands and homeboy lands, and so that's colorless. We'll put that back here. What else? Vora Stronghold, colorless. Bad River is a fetch land. Academy Ruins produces colorless. Thawing Glaciers. Command Tower. Alright. So there's the lands. Artifacts. How do I... Let's see. So I'll need Talisman of Indulgence and Talisman of Blue-Red Curiosity. So I'll need Talisman of Curiosity, Talisman of Indulgence. I don't think I have an extra Talisman of Indulgence. And the foil ones are not cheap. But I do have... Let's get the mana rocks out. Okay, Arcane Signet. You know what? Let's give Nekusar the Star Compass. So, Star Compass comes into play tapped. Tap, add to your mana pool 1 mana of any color. Basic land you control can... But I'm going to have a lot of damn non-basics. A lot. So I don't know, maybe that's a bad idea. If I have Arcane Signet, 3 Talismans, Soul Ring, and Mana Crypt, that should do me down to the ground. Plus Walking Atlas, so I can play lands from my hand. There's Boots and Greaves of Protection. There's Find Urborg or Cabal Coffers, whatever I'm missing. Do I even care about Scroll Rack? For right now, yes. Do I care about that? If I'm making them, if my plan is to make them, shuffle their graveyard into the library, so I can go light on that effect. I can just put in 1. I don't need to put in much else. Okay. So that's a counter spell. Copy any creature, except I can kill it. But the thing is, usually I just don't have any decent targets for him. So I don't know. Let's see, Obliterator, Oversold Cemetery. If I'm going to be shuffling my library back into my graveyard all the time, I don't need Oversold Cemetery. And this should trigger pretty quickly from Nekusar, if nothing else. So how many board wipes do I have? Damnation, Languish. That's 2. Maybe I should put in a third one back. A lot of these things are really high casting cost. How many counterspells? 1. Pseudo counterspell. 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 Get a counterspell back. So I have 3 counters, 4 with the Psychic Strike, 4 counters and 1 pseudo counter. That might be enough. Okay, so that's where I am right now. I'm going to unsleeve the cards that I'm not going to use in Phenax. I'm going to unsleeve all these, put them away, and start working on Nekusar. The Return of the Lich King. Looking forward to it. Okay, so that will go into Sig. Alright, so next time you see blue, black, red from me, it should be Nekusar ready to shuffle up and test.